Really? I think I'm
Yeah.
like 90-10. Like, I think that's the beauty of these statements is that we'll
Mhm.
really never know, really. I mean, unless she
Right.
trips herself up. But look, I think there is 10% that which is more than I started with. Like, you read that like interview magazine and like, God, like you're really tripling down on this. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like
Yeah.
the more you say it, the more I do think maybe this is true. But I still think like, you think she would walk away like $1 million? I mean, let's just assume it was around that she was
But
making.
if she's frazzled, David, and she has nothing left in the tank, and it's taken that kind of toll on her, where she's just like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe yeah, maybe she would. And if Andy says to her, and I think I don't know if you told me or someone told me that the door is always open if she ever wants to come back. That to me is not a person who's fired. That's a person that chose to take a break and walk away and clear their head for a season. And if it's true that he did say that, then she can, take a little break for one season and come back.
But
I don't know.
wasn't this enough of a break? She's already had a break. We're already into February here. It's
Well, she's
she.
still. I think that I think she's like a little delusional with the whole kit and caboodle. I think she did 8 seasons, and the 8 seasons took a toll on her. You and I have talked about this before, where I said I don't even recognize her. She doesn't look the same, sound the same. I don't know this girl anymore. And maybe she's cognizant of all that, and she wants to get back to herself. I don't know, or maybe it's too far gone and she can't. I have no idea. The pictures of her in the fashion show in, was it Amsterdam?
Yeah.
Holy hell. No, no, no. Very big no.
Well, I mean, she
Ooh.
seems to be, yeah, no, and she seems to be, I don't know. I still just think, because like to me, listen, if you're really like at that breakdown point, like where you just can't handle it, can't you just stay on insulated? Like, I will not, like, that's it. I'm deactivating social media. Like, there is a way, like, there are people in the world. Now, granted, this is not their job, that I know that just they don't have social media. They will not have an Instagram. This is like real people I know. Couldn't you just say like, I'm keeping my $1 million and I'm going to give it on the screen and that's it? I am truly blocking out what you people say about me.
I mean, when I remember eons ago when I did the one season, I shut down my Instagram account because people were so nasty and I just didn't want to hear it or see it. They started fighting amongst each other and it just was so toxic to me. And I was told that I couldn't do that, that I needed to have a Facebook account, a Twitter account, and an IG account.
Bravo told you that?
Yeah. Yeah. And that, housewives don't quit. You don't, back down, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I didn't have one before I started. I mean, or if I did, it was like nothing. Yeah, I don't know. But I think she craves the attention too much to go to that length. She's not going to shut that down. She feeds on attention. She needs it.
I didn't know that Bravo does things like say like, no, get on there and stir it up. And
Yeah, like you have to have, yes. I mean, they called me to say what's going on. Like, why did you shut that down?
wow. Because like you weren't quitting the show, you just weren't
I just didn't want
interested.
all the like. I didn't want people like fighting and like threatening each other for me. Like, I don't need it.
And they
So
said,
let's just.
okay, go and turn this back on right now.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, she's not on the show. She could shut it down now. But while she's doing the show, no, I don't think so. Unless that's changed. But when I did it, that was not an option.
Wow. I still think like 90% she was fired. But I mean, listen, I have my doubts. Trust me. The more I read that, I'm like, God, she's sticking to this. She's done other interviews since then. The only thing why I see your 50% is like for someone whose whole thing is just owning it and being real, which we've seen, she has thrown herself into the job. Why not? Like she is the type that would just say, like, I got fired, guys.
I agree. I think she'd be like, hell yeah, I got fired. Yeah.
She
I
would
mean,
say,
she,
I got fired from lots of jobs. You want to go down the list? I
right.
mean,
Yeah. She just seems to me like, and I don't think she would be the person that would, knowing that the people at Bravo and E and NBC knew she was fired, are sitting there looking at her lying to everybody. I don't know. I don't think she would want that. You know, I who knows?
although it,
I didn't see it. I will say that I 100% thought she was coming back. And I think that maybe that her behavior as it went downhill in the reunion, and maybe they were trying to revive her with the fans, and she just couldn't get out of her own way. She couldn't stop with all of the, and who knows what was happening behind the scenes, if she was sending messages, like she sent to Kim, like, I'm gonna fuck you up, or like, like that kind of stuff. Who knows what was all going on? It could have been a hell of a lot more that's never come out. So
well, it could have been, like you said, they maybe, I mean, I don't really think it is the bots, but right, like if they found something out, they could have been like, listen, you need to quit. Like we're going to give you 24 hours, come back and quit, because otherwise, like, it could be like just a technicality of like, we're going to fire you, but why don't you come in tomorrow and actually quit so we can all just say you
maybe
quit.
just resign, yeah. And it could also be that they just kind of wanted, before the show goes in the direction of New York, like try to salvage it, bring back a little decorum, a little bit of class, and bring it up a notch. And somebody's got to go. And since she's the one that everyone, I mean, they had petitions out to get rid of her. Since she's the one, and I remember seeing on, because people sent me stuff and they were like, finally, Bravo's listened to the fans. We begged for her to be gone. We want her gone. We want Erica gone. They're finally listening to us, because I was never going to watch again. That type of thing where I hate the show. She's ruined it, ruined it, ruined it. So maybe Bravo just said, let's just let her know she can come back. Just take a pause, take a time out, go away for a season, see if, like, we run the opinions of the fans a year from now, and if everyone's kind of over it and we miss you, you can come back. I don't know. That just seems to me like the most realistic anyway.
Yeah, because I always say, like, Bravo doesn't care what the fans say. They just care about what, the advertisers. But I agree with you. Like, I'm starting to, question my own statement, because I could admit when I'm wrong, that there were petitions and they really, really said they weren't going to watch if she was back. And I think that could be a factor. It could just be like, everybody wants this person gone so bad. We can't
And
risk the ratings.
exactly. And maybe her, in her thinking was also that